Okay, only 4 more to go, people. We're almost there, so hang in there. It's the last video. Alright, so it says if the ratio of children to adults is 4 to 7, and there are 120 children at an amateur surfing competition, how many adults are in attendance? Okay, so let's look at what we know about our ratio. Okay, it says our ratio is 4 to 7. And which one's which? This is children. These are adults. Okay. And then it tells us we have 120 children. And we're trying to figure out how many adults we have. Okay, so what we can do here, since we're making an equivalent ratio, it's like making an equivalent fraction. So this is really almost like working backward from simplifying a fraction. Okay, so what we can think of here is what do we have to multiply 4 by to end up with 120? Or another way of asking that same question is what's 120 divided by 4? So if we do 120 divided by 4, then we're saying that to get from 4 to 120, we want to multiply by 30. 4 times 30 will give us 120. So to figure out how many adults there are, we just do the same thing, but we're starting with 7 this time. So we'll do 7 times 30, and that will give us 210. So how many adults do we have? 210. Okay. And if you want to check it, you can take 120 to 210 and simplify that, or 120 over 210 if you'd rather write it as a fraction, and simplify that, and you should get 4/7. Okay. 210 adults. Okay. Number 19 says change the fraction to a percentage. Round our answer to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so anytime you see a fraction, you can think about the fraction bar like divide. So the way we start out here is we'll change it to a decimal first, and then we'll change it to a percentage. So we'll do 30 divided by 55. That's what 30 over 55 means. Okay, so if we do 30 divided by 55, we should get a long decimal, and we do. And I'm going to write down several decimal places here. We don't want to round until the very end, and not too much. Leave some extras. Okay, so we're getting 0.545454, and it repeats. Okay, so that's the decimal, but that's not what we want for our answer. We want a percentage. Okay, so to change this thing to a percentage, you can either think about doing times 100. Percent means divided by 100, so we want to change it to a percentage. We'll multiply it by 100. Or a lot of people like to just think about moving the decimal. So multiplying by 100 is the same thing as moving the decimal place 2 times to the right. Okay. So our percentage here is going to be, we move our decimal place, so we got 54 point, okay, and then it's going to be 545454, but it says round our answer to the nearest hundredth, so that means we want 2 places after the decimal. So our next digit is going to be 5, but then we've got 4, 5, so since that third place after the decimal would be a 5, we're going to round up, so we'll end up with 54.55, and this is a percentage, so we'll put our percent sign there. 54.55%. Two more to go. Number 20. Shoppers out there can probably do this one, but let's look at it. It says Indigo Depot is having a clearance sale of their summer items. A swimsuit that originally cost $80 before any discount is on sale for 20% off. If the swimsuit is then put on clearance for an additional 40% off the sale price, what is the final price? Round your answer to the nearest cent. Okay. So there's multiple ways you can work this one. Okay, kind of the classic way that you might have learned in middle or high school is that we would, as the original cost was $80. So then we'll figure out our first discount. So to do that, we're going to multiply, at 20 by 20%. 20% is a decimal. It's 0.2 or 0.20. Okay, so we would figure out how much our first discount is. So 80 times 0.2 gives us $16 is our first discount. Okay, so I'm going to write that down first. Discount. Okay, so then we'll do, got to figure out how much it costs now. So we'll do $80 minus $16. So what is that? 80 minus 16 is $64. So after our first discount, that's our new price. Okay. So now we got to take off the second discount. So this time we're working with $64. And how much of a discount are we getting? We're getting a 40% discount. So we're going to multiply by 0.4. That's 40% as a decimal. 64 times 0.4 equals $25.60. That's our second discount. Okay, it's our second discount. So then we have to subtract. So we'll do $64 minus $25.60. We'll get our final price of 64 minus 25.6. Final price, the price we pay at the register is $38, and it says 0.4, but we can add a zero there, so $38.40. Okay? That's one way. All right, I want to show you another way. I try not to show you multiple ways of doing too many problems, okay, just so you don't have so much swimming around in your head, but this is a really practical problem. It's one that you deal with in life a good bit, so let's look at one other way to work it. Okay? If you're good with that way that I just showed you, just do it that way, that's fine. Okay, but you might like this way. So we're starting out with $80 is our cost. All right. So we're getting a 20% discount. So if we're getting 20% off our price, what percentage of our price are we paying? All right, that would mean we're going to pay, if we're getting a 20% discount, we're paying 80% of the cost, right? Or 0.8. Okay. So then we can do 0.8 times 80. Okay. And we get $64. That's our first discount. Okay, so now we're at $64. So our second discount is 40% off. So if we're getting a 40% discount, what percentage of the price are we paying? Well, that means we're paying 60%. So we'll multiply by 0.6. 64 times 0.6. We get $38.40. So that's the same thing that we got doing it the other way, and we just don't have to mess with those subtraction steps. So we're kind of subtracting ahead of time with the percentages instead of subtracting the dollar values off. Okay? Either way's fine. Okay? Either way's fine. It doesn't matter to me which way you do it. Okay? As long as you get the right answer, that's fine. Okay, one more. Number 21. Another practical problem. It says a new cell phone cost $115.99 in the store. What would your total cost be if the sales tax is 5.5%? Okay. So the retail price is $115.99. Kind of the traditional way of working this one is we figure out how much the tax will be. Be careful on this one, changing the percent to a decimal. Okay, if we move our decimal place 2 places to the left, we get 0.055, 5.5%. If we do that in the calculator, 115.99 times 0.055, okay, we'll say that our tax, and it says round to the nearest cent, so our tax is going to be, I'm not going to round quite yet because we're not finished, 6.379. I'm going to leave an extra decimal place. Okay. Then that's our tax. Guess what? They round up in the real world too, unfortunately. So now we take our retail price 115.99 plus our tax 6.379. Add those together, so let's see, 115.99 plus 6.379, we get $122, and then at the decimal it's 0.369. That 9 makes the 6 rounded up, so $122.37. Okay. Alternate method to work in this one too. Okay, it's the same idea as the last one. So 115.99, right? That's the 100% of the cost. And we also have to pay an extra 5.5%. Right? So we could do 115.99 times. Okay, so we're paying a total of 105.5%. So as a decimal, that would be 1.055. Okay, so 115.99 times 1.055. Guess what we get? Get 122.369. That rounds up to 0.37. So you can do these either way. Okay, either way again. All right, good luck on the first test coming up. If you have questions between now and then, make sure you ask me. I will post the test. It'll be located in the Honor Lock section of Canvas, I believe. If not, I'll let you know through an announcement. Okay, you just need to have that finished by 11:59 p.m. on Monday, June 1st. Good luck.